west of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021 episode of Nevermind the Furthermore with me, Brian K. Morris, because who else would be claiming they're me? But anyway, hope you all are having a great hump day. Today is free. Not free. That's coming up soon. Today is a new comic book day. I'm excited to go to the shop, get out of the house for a couple of hours. But it's going to be a great day, and got to do the sideburns. Just had a shower, and I can't do a thing with them. But anyway, we're going to have some fun together. Hope you caught last night's Clever Title Pending with Michael Watson of Short Fuse Media. Let's see, and let's check his web. Let's see. Oh, that's something else. Anyway, he made his $7,500 goal. Thank you, Nevermorians. I appreciate you. He made it. That means he's got another stretch goal coming up. And we will be checking in with some of our other friends who have some Kickstarters going, some crowdfunding happening. I think Luke Stone is nearly done with his. I need to get his looked up for before Friday. But anyway, folks, hope you're having a great morning so far. Thank you for attending, whether you're watching live or on the rerun. And thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. It does. It should, because that's what's going to make somebody pick up your book and go, "Wow, I need to own this thing for my very own." They do great work there at Plasma. You can get not just wraparound book covers, but comic book covers, promotional graphics, and even, did you see the two trailers that started out this extravaganza? Those were both made by Plasma Fire Graphics, and they were nifty. So please check them out, because you got to have PlasmaFireGraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. And we also have the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, which helps keeps us going. We appreciate these like-minded broadcasters. We're all out for the same thing, to help each other to grow our audience bases and to have fun and maybe drop a little information into your skull. But anyway, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We've got all kinds of great shows 7 days a week, and we're going to be expanding just a little bit in the upcoming future. So please keep an eye on it. In fact, take a screenshot of what you see there, because those shows may change your life. And tomorrow, Ted will be talking timepieces with Ted Davies at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then at 7 p.m. tomorrow night is Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman. And then following that will be Creative as Hail. She's going to have another great interview, she and her husband, John. And then following that is Stupid O'Clock with Joe Dog McKeel, the Skunk Rocker, and all kinds of cool people at 9 p.m. And then don't forget the Stupid After Show. And I don't think you should forget it because it's really awesome. So anyway, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network and give their Facebook page a like. And also thank you to our Patreon patrons. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly financially support your favorite creators. These people are supporting me, and in returns, they all get mentioned in my broadcast. They all get mentioned in any Rising Tide publication, and a few of them get to look a little higher tier, get to look at my works in progress, the Terrors, which will be coming out hopefully later this year. And we've got a great Plasma Fire Graphics cover that's already making the rounds. It's a thing of beauty. And these people also have their own Patreon accounts too. So please check them out. It's not just that you hand us money every month, but we give you something in return, and something special, something only you will get. So please check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also, don't forget, we've got a brand new book out, part of the Snow Shorts series. You can get into Bobby Nash's shorts, namely the Snow Shorts. And mine is number 4 in the series. It's a standalone book called Snow Ambition. And it's a quick read crime drama that I think you will dig. If you like detective shows of the 70s and 80s and action adventure films, this is the book for you. I had fun writing it, and I think you'll have fun reading it. But anyway, that's everybody there. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed Michael Watson last night. I love having that guy on, talking to him. We're going to try to get him sometime when he's not promoting something. But man, he's got some good stuff. He's got a great looking book called Hot Shot that he's put the first series of issues together, and he's got great plans for his publishing empire. And I learned a lot just talking to him last night. I think you'll learn a lot too if you go back and take a look at that. So let's get to your comments now, because we are behind from the start, but that's how we like it. Anyway, Carl Wetzman, first in the gate here. Good morning to you, my friend. Good morning, everyone. And someone, I wonder how much coffee Carl's had. Answer: a lot. Brian, if you ask him the same thing, is not quite enough. So I woke up with the alarm this morning, which was about an hour ago. So we'll see how long we last. Anyone else live at this hour? Wow. Well, I was around, just not active. Joe Bachman, good to see you, my friend. And good morning and happy hump day, my fine furry friends. Well, it's good to see you this morning, Joe. Hope your morning is going well so far, and we'll continue throughout the day. And at least Joe Bachman is awake. Well, that's more than Brian Morris is. And Michaela J. Darling, well, I've been up for hours at this point. Joe, how did you know? And Teresa Dunn, good to see you, hon. Mwah. Good morning, Brian Furthermore. Have a great day. I have some writing to do. Catch you all later. Yes, you do. Get busy, young lady. And Carl Witzman said, not sure he wants to touch Michaela's comment. Well, and she has been up for more than 4 hours, so definitely call her a doctor. And Scott Rocker, good morning, brother, and good morning, Nevermorians. No fun facts for today. I had over 40 stops today, and my head can't brain right now. Well, dude, you have brained enough on other mornings. You deserve a morning off, my friend. Oh, I hope your day goes well. We're expecting a little bit of rain here in the Lafayette, Indiana area. That'll be kind of nice. We did get the lawn mowed. It was starting to go to seed, and so we better get the scythe out. And so we did that the other day, and I think I'm still recovering. So, but we've got work around the house today, not to mention stuff to write. So anyway, hi and bye, Teresa, says Carl. And Willow Schuyler, mwah, my darling, thank you for your ongoing support of the show. Thank you, for constantly mentioning us. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And please check out Willow. She's an awesome broadcaster herself, and she had a great show the other night about the virtual Superman celebration. Usually the Superman celebration is the second weekend of June, but 2020 still feeling the after effects of that. And so it's going to be the live event is going to be the last weekend in July, carrying into August 1st. And but Kelly, for the last this is her third. She is doing a virtual Superman celebration on the weekend. What would be the weekend of the real event. In fact, let me give you a little taste of what she's got going on. And Kelly Gutner is also a very talented broadcaster, does a lot of stuff with John B. Pica, johnpica.com. So anyway, Kelly, what are you up to?
Hello there, super friends. I'm Kelly Gutner of Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, or you might just know me because you're interested in the virtual Super Friend celebration. If you don't know what the virtual Super Friend celebration is, I'm here to tell you about it. This is a perfectly free virtual convention that's coming up Friday, June 11th through Sunday, June 13th. This will be hosted on Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, our YouTube, and our Facebook. I hope you join us.
Definitely check that out. It's going to be an entertaining time. You saw some really cool voice actor names there, and it's always going to be a good time. So please check it out. And also, folks, real quick reminder, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, please give this video a like. It helps us with the algorithms. And also, it makes Mark Zuckerberg cry. We like that. So if you hate what Facebook does in killing your feed and not making sure that you don't get to see the people you want to see most, definitely give us a thumbs up, and also thank the page you're watching on by liking the page itself. Like if you're watching on Kathy Jackson's books, please like that page, or the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network page, or the Rising Tide Publications page. We'd appreciate that. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to give us a thumbs up because it helps us so very much in our searchability. And please like and subscribe to the show. We are over 500 subscribers so far, halfway to our goal of 1,000, or our next goal of 1,000. We thank everyone who subscribed so far and appreciate all of your ongoing support. In fact, like I said at the bottom of the crawl there, if you like what you see, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because that's what the cool kids and their friends do. So anyway, let's see. We got Willow. Oh, how we'd love to get Willow. And anyway, Carl says Teresa's doing a drive-by. That's true. And now loading host servers. Please wait while we connect. And your phone call means everything to us, so please hang on the line. And poor Skunk. And hello to the Peppermint Princess. I can hear Brian's AOL connection screeching from here. Well, is anything wrong with it, Carl? I've got your wire in today, so no, that's not code, anyone. And anyway, Teresa mocks Carl with her laughter, as does Willow. And Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning, sir. Great interview yesterday with Grant Lankard. Please check out Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube. And watch that show and subscribe while you're there. And everyone's saying hello. And Ted is awake and caffeinate Ted. Oh, wordplay. And Rick Bradley is here. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, my friend. And thank you for being there last night for Michael Watson. Hope you had a good time, because we loved having you. And yes, Ted Davies is caffeinated. Arr, now he's mowing the lawn with a pair of scissors. The business voice, Amy. Yes, Amy, customer service Amy is in the house. And Brian Rodman, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Let's get ready for the Humpty Humps. It's a great hump day for the nebulizer. We reached our first stretch goal. Now everyone will receive the art card by the Porn Sack Hawkins. That's right. If you want to find out what Porn Sack is all about, check out our Thursday night show, Comic Book Spectrum, where Brian himself and was it the Captain Porn Sack Eric S. Hawkins. He sounds almost like a British naval ship now, doesn't he? Well, what happened? The Porn Sack thing came from a book that Eric reviewed, and that's just like, Porn Sack is just not that sounds like something Christian Basil would call you when he was mad at you. So, I think it was Clyde Hall did the research on the etymology of the name, and it turns out it is actually quite a compliment. I don't remember what language. I want to say Korean or something like that, but it is actually considered quite a compliment. It means something like wise mentor or something like that. Don't let Eric know. There'll be no living with him then. But anyway, please check out Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night. Even if you don't like comic books, I think you'll find something to dig in there. And that's the reason I started going to comic shops on Wednesdays now. I used to go on Thursdays, but now I need research. Anyway, and I'm going to go out Friday to another comic shop and see if they got something cool I can review. So, something different. Because otherwise, I'd probably be reviewing Superman, Action, and Knights of the Dinner Table every month. And we'd break that up with the creeps every now and then, or Countess Carmilla. But anyway, call 1-900, call Amy, and don't forget to like. Oh, we do like Amy. We love Amy. In fact, again, still buzzing from the Indie Author Book Expo. We had such an amazing time, and again, one of those things where we didn't want the day to end. It was so much fun. And Ryan Permissions shared. Thank you, Ryan, as always, sir. And I hope you get in touch with Mike Watson. I think he'd be a great guest on your show. And Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics, my dear friend. How are you? Good morning, Nevermorians. Great clever title pending last night. Make it a great Wednesday. PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Michael and I have a good time. We don't talk enough. He's busy. I'm busy. But he's a great guy, and it shows. And plus, I love the fact that he's got a business plan. He's got a plan of attack. One of the things he realized, if you watch last night's show, or you didn't, it's still good, that he has this one comic that's near and dear to his heart, Hot Shot. And he hadn't put out an issue in 3 years, and I'm sitting there, Eric Hawkins, and I haven't put out a new Spencer Spook in 3 years. So it's like, that's a call to action. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jeffrey. Thank you for being there last night. Or dislike you, Waker, says Carl Winston. I don't care about that person. I really don't. Like I said, I think I know who it is. And they're a total idiot. They're about to, and you never know. They think they're being clever, but they are not, as we have discussed, Carl. And good morning, Nevermorians, from Ryan Permisson. How are you? Been reading trades this week and posting my reviews on Goodreads. It's been fun getting back into reading. I'm glad to hear that, man. And I'm looking forward to this coming Saturday at noon, when I will be interviewed by Mr. Ryan himself. And Ryan Permisson continues. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies, and celebrating a centennial episode, 100 episodes on Anchor FM. Please check out that link and enjoy Ryan. Hey, good morning, Amy Hale. Mwah, darling. Hope you and John and family are doing well. Good to see you, my darling. And please check out her brand new book, Neuroses. Available now on Amazon. It's a fantastic read. And Ryan says, subscribe to that channel, the Nerd Culture channel, today for great nerdy content. And they're close to 500 subscribers. Excellent. I want you to pass me up, brother. I sincerely want you to pass me up. And good morning from the desk of the Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee. Morning, all. Hope all is well. Everything so far is beautiful in its own way, like the summer starry skies. Oh, wait a second. I'm flashing back to 1970. Sorry. Anyway, no, and thank you for being on the show last night, man. It was great having you on there, and you had some great comments and questions, as always, sir. And please remind me, we got to get you back on Clever Tile Penny. You and me talking comics. That'll be fun. And Ryan Permisson says, tune in Saturday at noon Eastern for, and I quote, with special guest Brian K. Morris right there. Please check us out. Bring your questions and comments. I hope to see you all there. It's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it, Ryan. I really am. And Glenn B. Fleming, brother, good to see you as always. And hey, Brian, good to see you. Good to see you, Glenn. Thank you for showing up, man. And working on a new 5-page hash for Randy's Indie Volt Revolt #2. Well, coolness. One more thing I get to pledge for. I got to talk to Randy. I got ideas. Do I have ideas, or do I have ideas? Anyway, Glenn B. Fleming, please check him out on Amazon. If you live in the UK or the USA, please check out this man's books. He is an amazing author. He really is a wide variety of stuff, and all well done. He's a genius. I love you, Glenn. Thank you for being here, man. And good morning, Joe D. And Ryan Permisson says, summer reading recommendations. If you got them, you send them to Ryan. He loves paperbacks. And of course, give him like great summer reading, like the brand new Pulp Reality #2, featuring some of your favorite authors like Bobby Nash, Charles F. Milhouse, and me. Is it good? No, we'll save that for later. Anyway, good morning, Joe Dog. Joe Dog, thank you again for your help last night. We had Mike and I were talking about that after the show, and Michael said, he said, man, you've made it. You've got like a dedicated heckler. And I said, I do. Uh, so every now and then I get this guy, and I think it's the same one because I recognize the syntax. But anyway, thanks to Joe Dog, we kept up on the comments because this person was being quite rude to my guest, and I don't put up with that nonsense. We've had some people, and I think it's the same guy. He's got nothing else to do, but because the syntax is very similar. But it's like he comes on the comments and he'll make like racist remarks or homophobic remarks. And this ain't the month to do homophobia, folks. Okay, so I was dealing with it while maintaining the interview and trying not to look like I'm not engaged, which I was. I was listening to every word. But Joe Dog, who is my lieutenant on here, was very valiantly trying to delete the comments, as was I, and it made me happy. And I think, Joe Dog, what may have happened, we were trying to do the same thing at once, which is why it wasn't showing up. So, like you'd click and do the thing to delete, and then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, an error occurred. I think because we were working over each other, but I did finally get rid of all of them. By putting him on snooze for 5 minutes, and it said, okay, fine, we'll just get him out of here. So it worked, and thank you again, and made for a much better show. And speaking of making a better show, the presence of Jeffrey Hayes is a guarantee of that. Visit facebook.com/Plasma Fire Graphics for links to poster prints and t-shirts, such as the upcoming The Terrors by Brian K. Morris, Bobby Nash's Snow series, Charles F. Millhouse's Captain Hawkland Adventures, and many more titles. I am excited. That's good. That is sterling company to be in, and with you, Jeffrey, and you do such fantastic work. Like I said, I capital L love this cover. And look at this. The man understands negative space and layout and the flow of copy, which is something I studied when I was in journalism class. But yeah, take a look at that. And that's only 99 cents right now on Amazon. So please, please, please check it out. It's a fun book if you like crime fiction. And if you don't, it's a good introduction to it. And here we go. 1-800-1900, call Amy, who is having problems with the hail pail. That's right. And folks, that's a real sign. If you can't work a hail pail, we've got to talk. Maybe it comes with similar directions like my easels. I use easels to display my books at shows. And I bought them at Hobby Lobby. Regardless of how you may feel about their stance on certain political and ethical issues, it's cheap. This stuff is cheap. So anyway, I bought these very nice wooden easels, and they came with a set of instructions, and it's a 3-part thing where it's like, step 1, lift up the easel. Step 2, pull the third leg out, shove, Christian. And then step 3 is put it down. Okay, now about 3 years ago, they made an improvement to those directions. If you can imagine such a thing, they can now come in a little plastic Ziploc bag to protect them. It's like, if you need instructions for this, you shouldn't be out of the house. You really should be inside forever. So anyway, now if they were having problems with the pod catheter, that is understandable. A lot of people forget to read the directions and forget the Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the hail pail could not be simpler to use. So anyway, if you're having trouble with your hail pail and it's still under warranty, we do promise a full replacement, free of charge. So anyway, and poor Brian and this rising tide of comments is Rick Bradley. Hey, I love it, Rick. That means the show's working, and almost filled out the show card for June. Oh, good for you. I'm working on July. And like I said, I gotta get in touch with you. And where is Carleen this morning, my friend, Carl Witzman? Where is she? Is she sleeping in on us? And Joe Dog McKeel, I have a list of people from last night who may have been collateral damage if you need to undo it. You can send it to me, but I don't. I think we were pretty good last night. I really do. Fortunately, it came in a section where I didn't have to worry too much about comment dumps. We were pretty caught up by that point. But again, Joe Dog, thank you so much for your help last night. I so much appreciate it. I'm glad you were there to help out. And Carleen awakes and let's head from the bench in the corner. Hi, everyone. Good morning, darling. Well, how are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. I really am. And Brian Rodman is so excited for all night on Comic Book Spectrum. Folks, if you haven't checked this show out, you really are missing out on some good fun. Even if you don't care for comics, it's just entertaining to watch us try to rise to Clyde Hall's level and failing miserably. Clyde is, here's the format, folks. We all four pick up a comic book, and eventually there's going to be a book we all review. Where I think it'd be fun to have. Maybe we'll do that some week if it's a comic book we all buy or have access to, like on Hoopla or something, and we all review it from our own points of view. That could be fun. We're always talking, always tinkering with the format. It's like we're 3 months in, and I still haven't figured out the format yet. So anyway, but no, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun talking comics because we do enjoy comics. We can be critical of them, but we are not like negative about them. And one of the things about the show is if we hate a comic, I mean sincerely hate a comic, and I've bought some in the last year that are like, oh my God, what were you thinking? Then we don't even review them. We don't even mention them. That's how we diss them. But yeah, check out Comic Book Spectrum. We have a lot of fun. But Clyde always prepares his stuff. He reads his stuff. Whereas Brian and Eric and I just kind of talk off the cuff, but it works. And it can be funny as heck. Brian and Eric are a hoot on there. They really are. And hello, beautiful people. I know who you are, Keisha Acuff. Mwah, darling. I am so glad you're here. Hope you're having a great morning. And there she is. Oh, yeah. And Joe Dog McKeel says, does anyone know if purple smells more like red than blue? Got a good whiff of blue once and it hung in my nose for days. I have a problem with green hanging in my nose every now and then. But no, I'll have to test this out later. And it's the real Kelly. That's right. Accept no substitute, Carl Witzman. And John B. Pica, good to see you. Hey there, friends and foes. Happy New Comic Day. Happy New Comic Day to you. Also, check out the Back of the Cereal Box on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. With all kinds of great guests and the one and only John B. Pica. Also, check out his brand new book, Night Reich, on Amazon from Seventh Star Press. Great stuff. Brian Rodman joined Connor, a chronic asthmatic, and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit named I gotta look. Albie. Okay, Albie. I had to make sure it wasn't like an AIBI. Anyway, Albie, as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with mutant allergens. It's Bubble Boy meets I Am Legend with a dash of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Head on over to that nebulizer address there, the Neb1, and find out why it ain't easy being wheezy. In fact, let's check that out. People. Let's refresh the screen here and wait for it. This is not the fastest computer in the world, so we'll wait a moment there. And get your nose out of the crayons, Joe Dog. Well, if you see him on Stupid O'Clock tomorrow night with, like a couple Crayolas up his nostrils, you'll know what happened. Angie Dudas, how are you, darling? Mwah. And good morning, everyone. Grant and I are working hard on his current Kickstarter for issue 2 of Beowulf. Leave a link, darling. Leave a link. I've got to get you up in my screen on this computer. How's it going so far? Please give us a progress report. And Angie, good morning. Did he sleep at all last night? Oh, that's the thing. This Kickstarter thing is an emotional roller coaster, and it's hard work. It's like Michael Watson last time was actually eating his dinner while we had the show. Probably the first chance he had. And for anyone who's ever been a guest on Clever Tile Penning, they will tell you I am fairly mindful of your time. We have had some people that can only give me an hour, and I'm like, I'll take that hour. We'll get to the heavy stuff first. And we try to get, and if they've got to be somewhere at 9, we get them out of there at 5 till. We give them time to get prepped for them, give them like a minute of downtime. But we were last stop on Michael's tour last night. And, Yeah, I think it's grateful, but it's just the same as eating dinner. I saw him like when I have a comment across the screen that took up a little bit of area, he'd lean back down and I could hear his fork scraping against the plate. It was great. That's what live TV is all about. And Anthony Bovell, how are you this morning, my friend? I am doing well. How are you? That's the most important part. And Willow Schuyler asks you to tune into Pillow Talk next Monday. My guest will be the nebulizer himself, Brian Rodman. Oh, 2 words, Willow. Brace yourself. The beard is there. You know, I'm telling you, he's gonna bring the beard. It's gonna bring the fun. It's gonna be a good time. I gotta please promote that on Rising Tide Publications page too, and of course the Rising Tide broadcast page, because we gotta get people to watch your show, and I want to see what Brian does. Anyway, actually, it does look better, and I bet your modem is no longer precariously hanging off the table. What it was hanging on, Carl, was I just barely could get the wire I had, which is basically hand-me-downs from previous modems that, various services we've used since we moved here. And it was a 1 year, one of Cookie's sisters got us the Omaha Steaks thing, and it came in this giant not cardboard, but styrofoam case, and the case itself is about 2 inches thick, packed with dry ice. I mean, those steaks weren't going anywhere, and they sure weren't going to get warm. But we kept the container because it's really a great container, and I could put the router on there, and the wire from the wall barely reached far enough that I could plug it in, but every now and then if I like jostled that thing as I walked through the room, the laptop would shift on my little platform here. So thank you so much, Carl. This is so much nicer. And also we're looking at some stuff I may run by you. A signal extender and a speeder upper. So for a very low price. So I may have to run some of this information by you in case you need it. And nice, Willow, definitely. And there he is. I hope you checked out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS last night. It was another great episode, a follow-up to the Peter Cushing one. So please check that out if you haven't already. But let's give him the drama and the gravitas he deserves. Arise, Wednesday Morris monster, arise! You need the sunshine and cool breeze, soft sand and palm trees of Florida. And when you need it bad, we got it good. When you need it bad, come to Florida. Sorry, that's an old 80s commercial. Never mind, back to business. Since you're all going to be retired here, might as well give you the heads up down here. Thank you. Actually, I've been to Florida. I don't want to live there. I really don't. I will take the annual tornado over the every 20 minutes hurricane. And also, we love our house. We love this neighborhood. I told people, and after moving twice in 2 years, well, once from Illinois to the south side of Lafayette, then from the south side of Lafayette to the compound, it's like I'm not going anywhere. I refuse to move. The only way I'm moving is feet first, out the door on the gurney with the coroner right behind him. But anyway, thank you for the thought. And Joe Dog McKeel, actually, Brian's show quality is top notch today. You are not imitating Max Headroom. Cool. We see what happened was Carl Witzman brought me a cord that I can plug directly into the router. And but the previous one, the router had to be precariously balanced. And we had to make sure it didn't knock over because we paid a lot for this router. We got a good one. And so we, and Carl and I have been meaning to get together for months. I mean, I think yesterday was the first time Carl and I have seen each other in person since MichaelaCon. We've been trying to arrange lunch, but 2020, so it didn't happen. We are still going to have lunch. We are. And there he is, the man with the racing pulse. Hey, everyone. Angie is actually Angie this morning. Oh, okay, cool. So good. I was hoping you hadn't started doing this Norman Bates thing where you're dressing like Angie and welcoming people to the Bates Motel here. Anyway, Grant, how you doing on your campaign, sir? I hope you're off to a good start. And Christian Basil, Porn Sack, is author Michaela Jade here. You just missed her. You just missed her. She was here, and who knows where her phone is right now. Let's hope for the best. And all it took was an $16 Ethernet cable, my contribution to the show. Your contribution happens every day, Carl. We are glad to have you, and thank you, but definitely thank you for the cord. This helps so much. You wouldn't believe it. Grant Lanker says, Beowulf is doing great. I can think of worse ways to wake up being half-funded in less than 12 hours. Not bragging. Well, maybe kind of, hey, dude, take that victory lap. I'm not joking. Seriously, enjoy the victories. Sarah, you've got to, man. You know, it's like, I celebrate the little ones. I celebrate the big ones. It's like nobody gets enough of them in their life. And this is a great project. I'm going to get on board with it. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Because I somehow I missed the first one. I don't know how, but I did. But anyway, please check out Grant Lankers. Please leave links to this amazing book here, if you would, please. And also check out yesterday's Ted Davies TED Talks for a great interview with Grant, where we talk about comics and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles need more coffee. Anyway, I'm starting to sound like a Southern auctioneer. Anyway, cool, Grant, from the Decimal Small Press Publisher. Yeah, it's good stuff. Seriously, that is great, Grant. I'm proud of you. And Grant, did you sleep at all last night? And did you get a new computer already? Oh, that's right. And Carleen, even if you don't like comics, watch Comic Book Spectrum on Thursdays. What can I say? It has Brian on it. You know you're going to laugh. That's true. And thank you, Carly. I appreciate that, darling. But we do have a good time. The three of us actually enjoy each other's company. And I think we've got a good balance of personalities. It's just a fun show to do. We love comics. 2, we like hanging out. And 3, we're glad no one sees the after show. That's all there is to it. And Scott Crocker says, furry friends, was Joe Bachman talking specifically to me, or are there other furries here? Well, I'm kind of fuzzy, especially around the edges. So anyway, I could be furry. I just can't really show you where I'm furry. Anyway, Grant Lankard, haha, no, I'm waiting for a little bit of money to hit my checking account, and then I'm heading to the Apple store. Oh, good for you. Good, Grant. I agree with Carl. And I was going to say thanks to everybody who backed Beowulf, but I didn't want to miss anybody, so I'll just say a general thank you. We'll give you a general you're welcome. But don't let up on it. Please back this Beowulf number 2. It's Grant. It's good stuff. I've seen earlier stuff. It is great. And Dave Rediger, looking forward to seeing you Sunday, buddy. Good morning. Time to get the hump on. We are all about the humpage here. Please do not hesitate to hump today, okay? Because this is the day for it. And Will Schuyler says, Skunk, I still have yet to do a proper photo shoot with my Meowlin furry character. You are definitely not alone. Here we go. And Ted Davies Artistry, what makes a field watch? Provide something interesting that'll capture their attention, right? Anyway, to find out in TED Talks Timepieces Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Definitely check it out on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Field Watch. Okay, I'm intrigued now, says Carl Witzman. And Grant Lankert. Ted, Angie said our interview was the best one yet. Haha, I'm blaming the coffee. I did worry that I didn't let you get a word in. That's the problem with some of us, Grant. Yeah, I've had to, when I am interviewed, I've had to learn to keep my answers fairly short. It's only on here that I really ramble, but because I also found that in my earliest interviews, sometimes I get asked a question. I thought, no, that's not the question I want to answer. So I just go off on a tangent on talking about whatever I want. That doesn't make for good interviews. You did great, man. You did great. Ted Davies Artistry said, drinking with the Davies mixes up the classic amaretto sour. I loves me some amaretto. I think that was one. That and lilacs are 2 of the greatest aromas in the world. But anyway, the classic amaretto sour. Yes. See you Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. See if Ted can find anything in that damn cutlery drawer. Yeah. As that's the thing. Christine has turned into such an incredible talent, dude. One of these mornings we're gonna wake up and it's gonna be Christine Talks Timepieces or Christine Talks to Grant Lankard sort of thing. She is a natural. She doesn't look nervous. I know she was a little bit when she started, but she is just so at ease in front of the camera. And you're good comic relief. Anyway, no, seriously, you both are great. You both have great chemistry, which I hope you would have after all this time. And from the National Small Press Publisher, that explains why I was kind of taken aback when asking the questions about the business plans. Didn't realize that was happening while I was asking them. That the reason, Joe, that you didn't realize it was that Joe Joe Dog and I were on the job. So no, there was just somebody that was making some rude comments. And they had prepared something like more than half a dozen aliases to do this. And it's like, oh, so much work and they were getting the attention they crave, which is very, very sad. When if they had asked a good question, we'd have, yourself, we'd have loved all over them. We love when we get questions, especially on Clever Title Pending and on Comic Book Spectrum. We love the questions, and I love the questions and comments here. And generally, unless you say something I really will climb up on my soapbox for, I try to treat everyone with the proper respect and gravitas and humor. But last night there was a guy who, I'll say this now, but he was trying to get attention by being a complete boob, and I wasn't putting up with it. And thank God neither was Joe Dog. And we have taken further steps to ensure that you have an enjoyable show. Please enjoy your flight. And Joe Dog McKeel, you snooze, I banned them. I dropped my owner on them. Well, I was finding that the ban wasn't working, so I hit the snooze and figured I'd come back later. But I think we were overlapping, and it wasn't showing up on our screens that we had, like, if I hit comment A and you're still reading it, and then you click on it and then saying, well, we can't do it because I had already done it, and vice versa. So anyway, and Sarah, my darling, mwah, good to see you, sweetheart. I'm so glad you're here. I need to write you and make sure you're okay. Anyway, what's about a porn sack? That's the first thing I saw when I came here. Eric Hawkins on Comic Book Spectrum a couple weeks ago reviewed a comic book called The Good Asian, and the writers, he's a novelist turned comic book writer. You gotta watch those types. So anyway, he his first name was Porn Sack, and we're like, what kind of person? This has got to be the real name, because I can't see anyone outside the adult entertainment industry giving themselves this moniker. And we found out, one, it was his real name. Two, Clyde found out that translated that it actually means something like trusted wise advisor or something like that. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty nice. But surely you can find something else that means that other than porn sack. Porn sack sounds like a all you can carry sale at the library. Hey, here's the special adult section here, all you can get, and you're pulling my leg. Shut up, Christian. Anyway, let's get that band hammer warmed up, Joe. I think we need it. Anyway, the Skunk Rocker reason number 449 of why I will never be on Clever Title Pending. If someone started heckling me or Brian, I'd go off like 3 Mile Island and get all of us kicked off of YouTube. Well, no, that's the thing. One of the things I try to do for my guests, and this sort of thing has happened on other shows, on other programs, we see to the guest's comfort. That is why, I will delete things like that. And if I do it right, they won't even know it. Now, Michael did see it. Or at least he caught a glimpse. He was telling me, he said, man, I barely was reading it, and suddenly it's off the screen. You guys did good. He was very grateful, Joe Dog. But yeah, we see to our guests. We really do. Because we consider, like, if you're in our home, my job is to make sure that you look good as I can make you look. That means I don't get as goofy as I would say on this show. And I've had times when people are, in the comments trying to dominate the conversation. We've had people where, and you've all seen it, where someone has their own thing that they're hooked on, their own little agenda, and that's what we are going to talk about, despite whatever the rest of us want, and usually it has to do with their ego. But the only ego I want, massaged is that of my guests. So if you ever, we might have to talk, Skunk. If we ever do a show together, I promise you will get as superstar treatment as I can manage. And that's my dark mistress, Sarah. And yes, Carl Witzman, I agree completely. Joe Dog did a superb job last night, and I'm so grateful that he was there. I really was. And Christian Illusionist, Jake Lindsay, please do not ask Christian Basil nothing. Please step away. He can smell the fear in your eyes. Anyway, from Odessa Small Press Publisher, I can understand the not so friendly for my question if that was happening. No. That was Michael. I know Michael well enough. He was being thoughtful. It wasn't that he was being cold to you or anything. In fact, just the opposite. Seriously. That he was, he was trying to give you the proper response. And I think he was just marshaling his mental energies because like I said, we were the last stop for the day with him. A lot of people set up an aggressive show schedule for promoting their Kickstarters, and it works. It does work. But he'd been jumping and humping that day, and we were kind of like, it was almost like, I think he was like, thank God I can be on Brian's, I can relax finally. He finally got, like I said, he finally got something to eat. So, and it could have been like low blood sugar and stuff. So anyway, I would take, honestly, Joe, and I'm not just trying to be diplomatic here, I would take no offense from it. I think he was just being thoughtful, to be honest with you. That's the impression I got. So anyway, Brian Robin says, Grant Lankard launched Beowulf 2 last night and is already 50% funded. Head on over to Beowulf issue 2 on Kickstarter. That link there, you got to get it and back this book. Please share it with your friends. Honestly, we've got some great stuff coming up. And let's see. And Brian Rodman just crossed the $2,500 line, $2,531. Let's check on Animal Line now. Let's refresh that screen. Because we got to take care of our girl Cindy Kep here, CKOEPB.com. Please sign up for that newsletter because she's awesome. And also, she's been sending out pages and panels of the new book. So we gotta show our girl some love here because she works so hard for us. And she's at $3,568. Please back this book. We got to take care of her, okay? And Christian Basil getting love and hugs from Sarah. And Carl Wisman, what kind of idiot comes on a writing show and puts racist comment? Jeez, yeah, seriously. And for all I know, it's the same idiot that's giving the thumbs down. And the problem is, I don't think they stick around to hear how little we think of them. And walk and hug Sarah. Let's head on out to the confessional and I'll explain porn sack. You don't know nothing to it. Anyway, but Christian, if you watch Clever Title Pending on, or rather Comic Book Spectrum on Thursday nights, you know all about it, young man. There's one more viewer. And Brian, you beat me to the plug. Thank you, my friend. Grant Lankard, we take care of our people here. If you haven't guessed that already, we're glad to do it. And I don't know if Brian's plug for me will go through because there's a URL in it, but you can always go to Kickstarter and search Beowulf and comic books. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of funny to see how Kickstarter handles searches like, what was it? I remember Randy Zimmerman told me that he wasn't having success with the Indie Volt Revolt book by looking up Indie Volt, but if he put Revolt, his popped right up. And there she is, my darling Nita Lanning. Mwah, good morning. Stumbling around to make coffee. Well, darling, it is worth the effort. Trust me. Tim Horton. Anyway, Nita, glad you're here. Hope you're doing well this morning. Much love. Mwah, as always. And Grant Lankard has to drive Angie to work. I'll still be listening, folks. Okay, so folks, clean it up. Don't say nothing nasty about Grant. We'll aim it at Christian Basil. Brian, I was introduced last night to socialblade.com. You can compare social medias, including YouTube. I was happy in some spots and not so happy in others. Okay, I'll write that down. Now, this isn't one of those Pornhub things, is it? If it is, I'm up for it, so to speak. Socialblade.com. I will check that out. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm always looking at these new places, and I know there's places like Twitch and places like that, but it's like one more place to be, which might not be a bad thing. I do have a Twitch account. Maybe I should start doing some more broadcasting there. Who knows? Anyway, that's a thought for another day. And Grant has 37 backers, $1,038 out of a 2K gold. Good work, Nevermorians. Please continue to support this great book, would you please? And good morning, Varian Grant, my friend. It's good to see you this morning, sir. Varian Grant is the chief poobah of the grand poobah of Indie Volt Radio. Please check out Indie Volt Radio. They're miles above us. They've got some great talk shows at 9 p.m. almost every every night of the week. Plus, they have specials on the weekend. And, of course, Thursday mornings, they have coffee with Varian and Randy Zimmerman. And also on Sundays, Sunday Funnies, where I say we because I'm on there occasionally, we talk funny books. Funny books. And anyway, Varian, good morning. Hope you are doing well, my friend. If you want to promote anything, Varian, you know this is the place. Please feel free, my friend. And hey there, stranger. Good to see you. Yeah. And Carl Witzman, Brian has his router on a styrofoam cooler, so I'm not the only redneck tech guy. Nope. I am, I channel my inner MacGyver to make this show happen some mornings, And a speeder upper, Brian knows all the techie lingo. I do. This is going to get complicated. And if I need to back up and explain stuff, let me know. Anyway, there's this thingamajig that I saw on a YouTube video. And it's about how it makes the magic waves penetrate through like a 5,000 square foot area. Which means I could set up a studio in my basement where the sound quality would always be good. It's like, I don't know if you can hear it. Well, like right now, I've got a fan going because we're trying to hold off turning on the AC, as you can understand. I've got a fan going. And I hope you don't hear it, but occasionally we have people mowing their lawns, garbage trucks coming through, and I would love to have a perfect environment. In fact, that's one of the reasons I want to reach 1,000 and more on YouTube, because between that and the Patreon support, I'm hoping we can do more green screen stuff, and I will set up a dedicated studio in the basement with its own coffee maker. I will, part of your money will go to an extra coffee maker for Brian in the basement. So I'll brew coffee on the air, anything to be entertaining and to keep me from killing people. Anyway, yeah, a speeder upper. So yeah, if I've gone too far above anyone's head, please let me know and we'll try to explain. Yo, Mr. Rodman, I've got a few questions for you. Says from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. Please check out his show every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, because it's always great. Joe D. McPhee is a superb interviewer. He really is. And I'm still trying to figure out a speeder upper. Donna. I'll have to get the information to you, Carl. But this is, and it was like, it's like $100 from Amazon. Been doing some research thanks to some stuff Eric S. Hawkins gave me on finding bargains. And this is like something, I think it's currently on sale for like, at least at the time of that broadcast, $100. And his download speed, I don't know what yours is. Mine is modest, but it went from something like, call it 20 to like over 300. So it was pretty impressive. I'll gather the facts and I'll send them on to you, I promise. And Bill Sarton, good morning to the frizzy, frumpy, but never lumpy Fezman and all the nefarious Nevermorians. Count your blessings and pass them forward. Thank you, Bill Sarton. Glad to have you here, and thank you for the love to Cookie. Appreciate that, man. Hope you're having a great day. And check out Sarnard76 on Facebook, where everything old is new again. You'll love it. Glad to be Fleming. When you finally get to experience India Brian, you'll suddenly get on your knees and thank whatever God for Florida. I've heard that about some places. One of my supervisors at the water company told me about one time he got to go to Beijing. There are, and when you wander off of the tourist areas, suddenly, he told me he somehow wound up like in the economically disadvantaged part of the city, and, said it didn't smell quite so good there, and mostly because a lot of people were relieving themselves. And I've got another friend that went to a synagogue. I think it was in Spain or someplace, and it was a beautiful, majestic old building. And there were corners there where people were not exactly genuflecting, if you know what I mean. So yeah, maybe one day. Although I've been out of America for like 2 hours, almost a solid 120 minutes. And one thing, I'm glad to say I have actually been out of the country once. I'd love to go to Great Britain. And if I do, I'm giving you and Russ a call. We are going to get together. You got to take me to a real pub. So anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty happy where I'm at most of the time. So, but travel does broaden a person. It's good for you. And the Skunkcracker says, from a technical standpoint, there's no way to make your connection any faster than it is already. You put between point A and point B is just going to slow it down even marginally. So, it didn't look like it in these things. And the guy had no financial interest in me buying one of these things. So we'll check it out. And it sounds to me like you might be getting sold some snake oil with wires. Well, we'll check it out. I always do my research on this skunk. Because if I'm going to spend $100, $200 on something, I am going to research the hell out of it. And yes, Skunk, that is right, says Carl Wisdom. There was a guy on YouTube that was telling folks to shine a flashlight at the very end of your Ethernet cable to speed it up. What? I left some nasty comments, and I'm never nasty on YouTube. I figure every morning I massage it. That like with toothpaste, how you squeeze it and you kind of like roll your fingers across it to get the last drop of toothpaste out. That's what I do with my Ethernet my Ethernet wire every morning, which is why I was a minute late this morning. I forgot to bring the suntan lotion. So, you got, so you're not dealing with an idiot here, by God. I know how these things work. You okay, honey? Yep. You sure? Yeah. Or is this like the Jackie Chan? You okay? No. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, fuzzy, hush, my memory is okay mostly. And Nita Lanning says, I was lonely and ignored on the other page. Well, Nita, you will be treated like the goddess you are on this page. We love you, and we are glad to have you here, okay? And if you got anything to promote, like Raging or stuff, feel free, all right? That's why we're here. And Carl Wisman assures us he's only nasty on Facebook. Oh, if only more people were nasty like you. And shine a flashlight on the end, that is for fiber optics. And you know what makes fiber optics so cool? It uses literally or uses nasally voice lasers. That's true. And when you get a fiber optic line or even one of those little pointers, be sure to shine it down the middle of your eyeball. That is really helpful. And Michaela Jane said, yeah, and please don't follow our advice. That's our disclaimer. Any advice you hear on here, unless it's from somebody with an IQ above room temperature, don't take it seriously, please. And yeah, says Michaela Jane, while you were all here, I was going to have you show me some things on the computer. All poop. Well, now to shine a light on it, massage your Ethernet wire. Which, no, it's not code, Christian. So anyway, yeah, so it was a scam, of course. And I'm here, Christian, but y'all are in my pocket. Ooh, yeah. And the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, according to Christian Basil, needs everyone's help. Go to YouTube, The Legend of Traveling TARDIS, of course, after this show. Thank you, sir. And help us at 4,000 viewing hours. Check out our classic episodes recently uploaded with never-before-seen footage of Katie Manning as we prepared for our back-then audio show and how Katie handles Zoom. Possibly funniest episode. It's got to be better than how I handle it. Anyway, please check it out. And please check out Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Seriously, it is a fantastic show. You will love it. And Carl Wisman says, come over here, Michaela, and I'll show you a lot on the computer. I just bet you will. And the authorities would like to have a little talk with you about some of it, I'm sure. Probably like mine. And Ted Davies Artistry says, Grant, I agree with her. It was a great time, and thank you again for being on TED Talks. And 12 watching, but only 12 likes. Okay, folks, the Dark Mistress is here. Let's get busy, okay? And thank you to everyone who has reacted to the show so far. Varian Grant, thank you. Sarah, as always, Joe McKeel and Amy Hale, thank you for liking the show, and thank you for the love from Kathy Jackson, darling. Mwah, Bill Sarton, Clyde Hall, good to see you, man. Keisha Acuff, Jeffrey Hayes, Glenn B. Fleming, Ryan Permison, Christian Basil, and two more that they won't show me on Facebook. Please like this page. Give it a thumbs up if you would, because it helps us in our searchability. And refresh Ted, 13 likes and one sad, lonely dislike. One sad, lonely, pathetic, impotent dislike. And Sarah, all you can eat style porn. That's right, by gosh. It's a pornocopia here. And Christian Basil says, Sarah, it goes to my heart. Be interesting how family style works. That's right. That's when they come to your table to serve you. And Michaela Jane says, Skunk, there may or may not be some of us who keep secrets in the shadows, but you are not alone. That's right. It's like I tell everybody, I tell you everything I choose you to know. Because if I told you everything, you'd run screaming. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, getting ready to start going back out into the world and need something good to read. Well, head on over to Rick Bradley's Amazon author page at R. Bradley, that bit.ly address there. There you can get access to the Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, Tales of the Weird and Strange, and the award-winning James Marsters approved Pulp Reality #1. That's right, folks. James Marsters and thank you, Plasma Fire Graphics. James Marsters basically gave us an attaboy. And if you don't know who James Marsters is, shame on you, says Cookie. You get the shame from Cookie. Cookie knows who James Marsters is. Spike, yeah. And also, was it John from Torchwood? The same name as the Lone Ranger actor. I'm blanking out. That wasn't Clayton Moore. But anyway, no, he's been on several other shows like Smallville, Runaways, does audiobooks, is a musician. Now you're going to go look it up? Nope. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Anyway, check out Pulp Reality 1 and 2. 1 just wasn't enough. Check out these great covers. And this is the award-winning Pulp Reality #1. Won 2 awards at the Pulp Factory Awards, a highly respected pulp writing organization, and #2 has just come out, and so please pick these books up. You will be proud to add them to your library. And the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, Michaela Jade, Pocket, and Russell Allen. Good morning, sir. How are you? Good morning, Nevermorians. I hope everyone is having a great week. We hope you are too. How's everything going for you, man? Haven't talked to you in ages. Eric Bradley says, yeah, people are people. It seems they are quite brave on a keyboard, or in my case, the medical peeps I talk to love to treat me like dirt since we are talking on the phone. Yeah, we get that every now and then here too. Yeah, there's always some keyboard warrior who thinks he's going to establish his supremacy on here, but that ain't happening, folks. The only one here with the guts to run the show is me, I tell you, me. And Eric Hawkins, good morning, all. Eric, thank you very much. Eric, you may find something in your email this morning. I'm taking you up on your offer after last time. Thank you for your support. I'm serious. And Brian Rodman, journey further into the Red District and hide behind the bushes as you gaze upon the wonder of the neon-lit pole-dancing, rim-teasing, fez-wearing hosts of this show. While you're lurking, head on over to patreon.com/Brian K. Morrison. Give him a hefty tip. Thank you, Brian. And Brian is also on Patreon, as is Eric Hawkins and several of these people that you'll see on this graphic right here. Yeah, definitely check out. It's a great way to support your favorite creators on a monthly, ongoing basis. Even $1 helps. You have no idea how much. And it's a great encouragement to us all. But please check it out. But you get stuff for it. We are not just going to be a money black hole for you. No. We give you looks at our blog. In fact, I'll probably be working on that later today when I come back from the comic shop. And we're going to post another chapter of the Terrors this week because I'm feeling good about it. Mainly, I want to get that book. I want my people to see it, and I want them to comment. And so far, the encouragement. Thank you very much. I was concerned about the book, but apparently it was for naught, because everyone seems to like it. So please check out our Patreon's account at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And you'll get stuff for it. You'll be glad to. And let's see, here we go. Here we go. Just had a comment dump, of course. Oh, and there's some, oh man, if you could just read these comments. Anyway, Brian Robbins trying to save me from the poll. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Bill Field, good morning. Happy. Keep talking about that thing you want to do for us, okay? And dear Carl, says Michaela J. And lonely and ignored, I wear it like a warm blanket. He loves you with beard. And from the Decimal Small Press Publisher, Thingamajig, don't let the whatchamacallit corporation hear you say that. Well, we are looking for a Thingamajig sponsorship for this show. We are always open to have someone help out Plasma Fire Graphics with the sponsorship of the show. So anyway, Carl Westman says, we cannot hear the fan. You are doing fine. Don't be a perfectionist. You've watched this show long enough to see that I've completely given up on perfection. And when the time comes, we'll find a longer cable, says the guy almost 200 feet from his router. Ooh. This one will have to go through 2 floors if that's the case. Well, it's worth trying. Joe Dog McKeel, pray to give me strength. I have been told I am overreacting to a situation. I am thinking I am doing very well with it because there is not any dead or bleeding human beings.
James Marsters, Captain John Hart.
Thank you. Captain John Hart from Torchwood. Thank you, John Hart. I just blanked. I knew it was John something. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, and do you have enough coffee?
No, but I also don't have lunch, but I can fix both.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. Because I was worried you wouldn't get lunch.
My lunch.
Your lunch. Oh, yeah, I'm on my own. Okay, that's why I bought a block of cheese and a loaf of bread, woman. I'll never starve as long as I've got that. Oh, so Joe, yeah, I've also got 3 more pizzas. That's true. Have a good time at work. we and again, thank you, Michaela. We our favorite frozen pizza is one that comes out of Morton, Illinois, just outside of Peoria, called Butch's Pizza. It is the best. And by the way, we also recommend, Michaela, we also recommend the potato and bacon pizza. Didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but I did. But yeah, it's good stuff, and so we bought about half a dozen pizzas to take home with us because they don't sell it as far east as we are. But boy, that was good. Anyway, but no, Joe Dog, you're doing well, and when the bloodletting does begin, let me know so I can get my lawn chair and a camera, okay? And Eric Hawkins, you used to be able to get speeder uppers at truck stops. Oh, you might be talking about something else. Yeah, I'm not talking about those little white pills that suddenly you're like an hour ago you were driving your 18-wheeler, and then now once the pills take effect, you have a tow chain on it and you're breaking the speed limit. Yeah. Anyway, so, and Bill Sarton says, breaking news. My super secret print sale has been extended through the month of June. They're normally $14 each, but you can get 8x10 matte finish prints of my snazzy jazzy sketches for only $10 each when you buy 3 or more. So check them out at the artwork of Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, thank you for that. And John B. Pica, skunk Ethernet cables will not make the connection faster, but it makes it more stable. Something about this show ought to be more stable, because it sure as hell isn't going to be me. But anyway, no, it does. And it is working a treat. And did Nita ever find Meredith? I'm worried. I didn't know Meredith was missing. Oh, dear. And Glenn B. Fleming, there is a part of Old Peculiar already lined up for you, Brian. I love you, man. 4 pints of that, and you're guaranteed to be drunk from the waist down. Clear head, but you can't move your legs. Oh, my God. I'm that's a Garcon, a paper bag, brown paper bag of your finest there. That sounds awesome. I'm up for that. It shows how my drinking tastes have changed, and I'll take you up on that, brother. I seriously will. That sounds great. My drinking tastes have changed. I was talking with Master Ron Fitzgerald, the dark and sticky goth illusionist from Chicago, dear friend of mine. I got a lot of dear friends. I'm so happy. But anyway, we were talking one night about absinthe. And, you can get absinthe here in America, but it's kind of like a watered down version of it. It is kind of like it is to real absinthe what Taco Bell is to Mexican cuisine. You know what I'm saying? I think it's an apt comparison. But we were both talking about, and there's like an elaborate ceremony. And the thing is, this stuff is like a major hallucinogen and can really rewire your brain in a bad way if you drink it. And we're both like, this stuff is, Ron and I are both talking about it, and we both came to the same conclusion. This stuff is dangerous as hell, but given half a chance, we'd probably try it. So I'm at the age now where it's like, what the hell? It's like when I was younger, we got to take care of our brain. Now I'm like, let's give it a whirl. So yeah, I would, this sounds like something that definitely go on my drinking list. And then we go to Paris for some absinthe. And Joe Dog McKeel said, I just saw the funniest thing ever. I can't tell you about her. My wife will kill me. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. She is so upset at me for that. that? Whether you're still breathing? Yeah, mine does the same thing. In and out, in and out. It never seems to stop. John B. Pica says, check out Kelly Gutner's review of Star Wars Princess Leia on Back Issue Breakfast Club on YouTube, on the back of the Cereal Box channel there. Definitely, because she is awesome. And so are you, John B. Pica, johnpica.com. Definitely. And we hoeing for those subs. Definitely give that channel a sub there. And while you're at it, come give us one too, because we can use the love because we're insecure. Anyway, definitely check out Raging with Nita Lanning and Meredith Walgren. You'll love it. And Carl Wetzman, odd Christian asks people to go to his YouTube, yet he's commenting from Facebook. Sure. Yeah, and do you see him saying, hey, while you're at it? He did say, wait till you're done. We were done with the show. Oh, by the way, today will be the special 12-hour version. But no, so, one time we're going to do a 12-hour version is if I got Bobby Nash on here. Because he's fast. I find Bobby Nash endlessly fascinating. I really do. And Joe D. McVie, you might also talk to Bobby Nash because he has done comics as well. He's fascinating. He really is. And Nita doesn't have to find female Splinter, okay? All right. Thank you for that. And John B. Pica and Night Reich need some love from the Nevermorians at Amazon.com. Check out the John Pica's author page. Yeah, did you know that a lot of people, like I have an author page, John B. Pica has an author page, Amy Hale has one. You can follow our work on there too. And, I haven't linked up my blogs there yet. I probably need to do that eventually. But anyway, Carlene liked and shared as always. That is why I adore you. Mwah. Thank you as always, Carly. I love you. It was great to hang out with you on Saturday, man. I just started, it's one of those, I just didn't want the day to end. It was so good for me. And ever heard a lonely frog croaking? Is this like that Lonely Frog song? Anyway, no, I have heard the Lonely Frog. And who did you tick off? Eric Hawkins, I have no idea. I saw your troll last night. That was several sock accounts trolling you. Oh, they've got a bunch. And it's kind of sad that that's all they've got to do. In all honesty, I do feel bad for them, that the only way they can make themselves feel good is to try to make somebody else feel bad. That is so not rising tide. And Carl and I think I know who's behind it. Although I don't know that it's the one I think that's the one who's giving us the thumbs down every time that Carl and I discuss, and he's kind of pathetic too. But the person that did that thing last night, they've done it before. They do it a lot of times. I don't know. I think I have an idea who it may be. It's not who we thought who comes on here and does the thumbs down on the show, which doesn't hurt us because YouTube still sees it as engagement. So they're actually helping us. And it certainly hasn't discouraged anyone from showing up. But the person that's giving the thumbs down, let's just say Nita, I think it's the person we talk about a lot. Okay. To give you an idea. But as for last night, I have a couple ideas. I think, and it's like somebody that says they don't like drama and stirs it up every chance they get. So, and that's fine. If they can make 1,000, 1,000 sock puppet accounts, and I've got Joe Dog and now a new lieutenant who can help me keep them at bay. And Joe Dog McKeel says, if you see a robot doing the robot, is it still doing the robot or just dancing? Wow, that's zen. That is so zen. That's true. Is it doing the itself? That's interesting. Shut up, Christian. And Ted refreshed 12 watching, 15 likes. Now that's the thing I like. I like when we have more likes than people watching. That's showing we're doing something right. Anyway, thank you for that. Oh, our girl Cindy's here. She's coming up soon. And Brian Robbins says James Marsters' best work, in my opinion, is the Dresden Files. I can't get enough of his Dresden, my favorite audiobook series of all time. Yeah, and if you were there at the interview, that I shared with you, Brian. I got to interview James Marsters for the Superman celebration. It was way too short, unfortunately. I could talk to him for hours. But he did mention that due to scheduling, he couldn't do one of the chapters. And they brought in a very competent a person to read it, but the fan demand for James was so much that actually they went back and had James do it. So so that all of them are with James Marsters' voice. But yeah, he was great. He was a super interview. There, I get to, it is on YouTube at the Superman celebration about 4 years ago or so. But he was fantastic. He was totally wonderful. But the thing was, the powers that be said, listen, I know you've got him for a full hour, but he is like 2 hours behind. Can we shave 15 minutes? I said, I told my contact, I said, I need you to keep an eye on the clock. When you've got to get him out of there in 5 minutes, give me this signal. It's from TV. It means wrap it up. And I said, do that, and I'll get him out of here on time. And we did. We got him down right to the minute. And, James was catching up, and he was great. He was grateful. My contact was like, I love you. I love you. Now, we made some people in the audience unhappy because there was one group that wanted to talk Torchwood and nothing else. And they were, it's like some people on this show, just because you have the right to speak doesn't mean you have the right to be heard. And we had to get James out of there. So they were greatly mad at me, and they told me so. And I said, listen, we have the schedule. Get him at the next stop. So go catch up with him. So anyway, let's go on to more pleasant subjects, like the most pleasant subject of all, our darling Cindy Cap. Well, hello there. Cindy. How are you? Anyway, Cindy is doing great on her Animal Life. $3,568 from her $3,400 goal. So she's in the money with 57 backers. If you haven't pledged to Animal Eye already, please do so now, and let's get her up to 60 supporters on this. I think she more than deserves it, because she tells you to don't forget to tip your host, and that's where you can do it by buying a book from mine of Smashwords and Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible, written by me on Amazon. Please check that book out. It's very informative for $2.99 and very helpful, and we provide a easy to use template for writing quick and honest reviews. Amy Hale, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. Central rather, 8 p.m. Eastern. Join her and her husband, John, on Creative as Hale with the hilarious and talented actor Santiago Cirillo. Santiago is probably the only person at a show who's louder than I am. You will hear him from 2 counties away. He's a great guy, great actor, and I'm going to definitely watch that show. I think you should too. And Wolf Ware, you can get it from Amanda Tockert, the lovely and amazing Amanda Tockert at Amazon. Check out her book, all of her writing, and support the Hybrid Sons of God's Kickstarter before it ends. It's on its waning hours. It's fully funded, but you will love this series. Seriously, it's a great book, one of my favorites. Check it out at Indiegogo. Thank you, Cindy. And Carl Westman says, don't worry about the cable. I have a long drill bit, and no, that's not code. It could be, but not this time. Yeah, poor Christian's going to get he's going to give himself whiplash from all this code that we're giving here. Yeah, I've been known to do some drilling too in my time, Carl, and I can still make it work. Anyway, Roll Cruz sent a preview of issue 2's cover. Cool stuff, and you can check out his other work at artstation.com. You check out Cindy Kep's Animal Eye Kickstarter, and you will see some beautiful art for that wonderful all-ages comic book. And QuadCon is in Peoria this weekend, but she's not there, but 130 other vendors are. But go anyway, because we were at Peoria last week. We had a grand time. And we got to get you at the next one, Cindy. You will love it. Anyway, check out QuadCon. They've got shows up and down the Midwest. And get you one. They are really cool. And Nightrike is really cool, too. And you can get that on Amazon. And you can become part of the legend by watching The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central Time. Always good stuff. And check out the new shows they're starting on the channel. And another fun book, Neurosis by Amy Hale. The feel-good book of the year. Yeah, I'm sure. But anyway, no, it's a great book. I've started reading it, and it's written by Amy Hale, so you know it's going to be good. She's a great author, dear friend. So anyway, check that out on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com, for the best newsletter, free newsletter in the universe. And don't forget those, Michaela Jade. Michaela Jade's definitely got them. She's got 3 books in the Warriors series, and with more to come. Check them out. She's a terrific writer. She really is. And How Poetic. Check out Teresa Dunn's 2 Poetry Expressions book, available on Amazon. And newly arrived on Patreon. Check out that one there. On YouTube, newly arrived on. Okay, we'll have to check that out. I love it, and we love you, John Pica. Thank you for jumping and increasing the views. We appreciate, we appreciate that, man. And hysterical fencing from the Historical Fencing Guild on Friday night at 8 p.m. on YouTube with Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. High energy, high entertainment, high information, and I'll see you there. It's great stuff. And Nerd Culture, you want it. You want Ryan Permison. Definitely check it out on that YouTube channel, as well as From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher with Joe D. McPhee. You'll definitely love it. That's a great interview show, too. And look for Amazonia on Comixology.com. And also Indiegogo. Check out that Hybrids, Killing Fields, parts 1 and 2. You also can get the trade paperback with work not only by several talented creators, including Eric Hawkins and myself. I have a 2-page story in there. And let's see, let's get that. There we go. And Brian Robin says, your heckler should come on Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night. I need to use my creative insults. I figure the best thing we can do is ignore him, because when we do things like, I mean, he was really trying to get on the air. And it's like, you've got all these accounts, do your own damn show. And actually, I've checked, and all they are just sharing other shows. It is sad how uncreative this person really is. Anyway, Dastardly Dingoes, they are amazing. I love that broadcast. They do a great job every week. So check out the Dastardly Dingoes on YouTube. You will love it. Brian Rahman and Clyde and Jeremy. Yes, that Clyde and Jeremy. I'm not talking about the singers. I'm talking about the really creative ones. And it ain't easy being wheezy. Check out the nebulizer, currently standing at $25.31 out of their $2,000 goal. You like backing winners? This is one. Please support our Nevermorians as we conquer the world of Kickstarter.
You said this was a PG-13 show, huh?
Not my reaction. Anyway, thank you, sweetheart. Coffee. Anyway, thank you, Cindy Kemp. You're the best. And 3568 out of 4,000. 5 more days to go. Here's the thing. I really want her to hit that 4, because if she gets that 4,000, she can afford to have the book translated into foreign languages. How cool is that? Let's see if we can make that happen, all right? And Rick Bradley says, I don't like drama, stirs the pot. Oh, unless it's drama I make, of course, myself. Yeah, it's like, I see this all the time with very... person A says, I don't like drama, and then spends half an hour on their YouTube channel talking about it. And then the person whose feathers were ruffled then spends like an hour and a half replying to that video saying, I don't want to give this person any time, any attention, so I'm going to comment on this video, and I hate drama, but I'm going to tell you all the things about this person that I hate, and then it goes back and forth, and it's like, leave me out of it. And Brian Rahman says, yes, James now records the Dresden books before they come out, and they're released with the physical books because he has such an avid following. I'm not the least bit surprised, and he loves it. He geeked out when I had him sign my Dresden book. We got to talk about 5 minutes or so. Great man. You did a great job moderating his panel. Thank you. Well, he just gave a great interview. You can tell he's done it before, right? But the thing is, when you see us walking up the steps, that was the first time we got to talk, and I was asking him, and I always ask this of the, not necessarily for Clever Title Penning, not to say they're not celebrities, but it's just that I know them most of the time. And I'll ask somebody like, James, is there something you do or don't want to talk about? And he said, Brian, you just ask me anything you want. I'll answer anything. I'm like, okay. So you saw what I asked him. So, but no, it was a fun interview. He was a spectacular subject. One of the nicest people around. And they say the bigger the bigger the star is, the nicer they are. James Marsters is proof positive of that. I have nothing but love for the man. And Meredith has been located and found unharmed. Apparently she has a life outside of Nita. I am accepting the side chick status. Well, that is brave of you. If you need consoling, Nita, we can help you with that. Yeah, I know it is rough when somebody has to be told I have a life outside of you, and it's like, okay, fine, be that way. But anyway, Nita, we will love you enough to make up for her. Okay, we will do our best. All right. Anyway, we're glad you're here, hon. And Joe Dog McKeel says, laugh hard. Seriously, I mean it. I got a new pack of gum and I am taking the dog for a walk. I get that. That's good, Joe. That's good. I love that, Joe Dog. And I'm out of breaks, says Cindy Cap. Aw. Bring Cookie home. Check out Sarnard76 on Facebook for vintage cartoonists, and check out everyone's cool Patreon and podcast, especially Cindy's Patreon. We got to give this lady some love because she gives us so much love all the time. We love you, Cindy, and have a great day at work. Mwah, you are missed already. And Carl Westman said some cable installer left his foot and a half drill bit here. Now I'm a drilling fool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like we got that rack the other day. I'm waiting, I actually need to let Jen know that I've got it just in case they left by accident. But it was left by the driver's side door. How do you miss that? But anyway, we'll contact Jen and see if it gets a see that maybe she knows who the owner is. But anyway, and the Rising Night Broadcast Network and my net finally comes back. Many thanks to everyone who supported Luke Stone's Hybrid 7 and the Quick Play RPG. You guys helped make some great, amazing things happen. Oh, is it over already? Oh, well, at least I'm in there. At least I got my hybrids and my RPG coming. And we're going physical on this one because that's what Olivia Newton-John told us to do. But anyway, we're glad you're here, Nick. Glad that Earl Park has some internet this morning. And the artwork is Bill Stern. Thank you for moving around, buddy. The bird's the word when you get Cindy Cap's nice and nifty newsletter by clicking on CKOEPP.com. It's really something to tweet about. It sure is. I love reading that thing. It's a treat. It really is. And what do you do when you've lost the heart of the woman you love? Ask Michaela Jade. You fight like the demon you are to get it back. Check out Warriors Worth, available right now on Amazon, part of the Warriors trilogy, and it's good stuff. I'm not saying this just because I love Michaela Jade. She's really a good writer. She is a terrific writer, and she's learning more all the time. She is amazing. And Will Schuyler, so when are we going to stir up the drama with the conspiracy theory crowd? I'm not done messing with them yet. Oh, darling, I can help you with that. I can so help you with that. It's funny. A number of years ago, there's this thing called targeted individuals, where it's usually some guy that lives like way in the woods somewhere, where the toilet works every other month, and basically lives in a lifestyle that makes the who am I trying to think of? The Unabomber. It makes the Unabomber look like he's Donald Trump living in the lap of luxury. But anyway, there was this one. It wasn't. Blog Talk Radio had a little bit of them, but there was this one channel, I can't remember it was a podcast medium, but they had like a lot of shows, and I thought the worst thing I could do is say one thing. But these are people that believe that the government is devoting all of their resources to spy on them. What? And a whole bunch of these people were on this one channel, and they had these conspiracy things all the time, and these same people would move from show to show in the chat room and talk about, yeah, the government's watching me, yeah, they're watching me too. And I always thought I could really clear this room out real fast with one thing. And somebody actually did it one night. Somebody said, well, you realize they could be watching us right now, and everyone just like out of there. So you can't find these shows anymore because they're all scared. There are still a few on YouTube, but yeah, I find them ridiculous. We ought to do some. Will, I would love to collaborate with you on this. I would love to help you stir the pot, because I follow all of them: flat earthers and sovereign citizens, First Amendment frauditors, and the whole lot of them. Now, some of them get nasty, but I would love to help you stir that up if you want some help. Just let me know. And Brian Robbins says, last night I finished Castlevania, the 4th and final season. Rarely do shows end on such a beautiful note. If you love amazing storytelling that doesn't pull any punches and has an amazing ending, which for some reason most shows and comics can't seem to understand what endings are, I cried at the end of the show. It was beautiful. I will have to check Castlevania out. That sounds good. That was one of the things that Michael Watson from last night's Clever Title Pending really makes me happy, that he's got an ending in mind. And I asked him at one point, he wants to do 100 issues of his comic. And I asked him, I said, what happens if you get to the end and you suddenly come up with, a story 101? and he already has the answer. I love seeing creative people that have a plan for their business and for their writing and their drawing. It's really made me happy. Excuse me a second here. Excuse me. Anyway, and I'll have to up my Nita game here. Yes, we all will. We must make Nita know that she is adored and worshipped and loved by us. All right. And the artwork of Bill Sarn says join Ryan Permison and Dave Adams on their new show, Geek at Birth. It's chic, it's sleek, chic, and always plenty of geek. We need more geek around here. We do. And Skunkcracker says, okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to say any weird random factoids today, whether or not they were brought to you by Stupid O'Clock, Thursdays at 9 Eastern, Saturdays at 11, but I just found out something pretty neat. Ooh, I want to know what that is, too. Skunkcracker says, apparently there's a bootleg VHS tape director's cut of the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it's just been uploaded to the internet. Oh, that is really cool to know. That is very nice. And Will Schuyler says, I love your factoid, Skunk. I do too, Skunk. I really do. I love trivia. I love knowing weird things. It doesn't get me any sex or any drinks or anything, but it's just fun to know, Very, very cool. Here's one for you. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were the original creators of Superman. But at one point, Jerry got it in his head that Joe was the reason they weren't selling the Superman concept as a newspaper strip, because originally it was a newspaper strip, not a comic book, because at the time they created it, comics actually didn't exist. And so at one point, what was it? Jerry Siegel reached out to an artist, a nationally known syndicated artist. I think his name was Russell Braun. There's a couple of artists named Russell Braun now, but Russell Braun, he eventually went on to replace Dick Calkins on Buck Rogers in the 25th Century newspaper strip. But anyway, he got Braun to draw something like 2 weeks worth of continuity, and it's beautiful work. And then Braun realized he wasn't dealing with an adult, that Jerry Siegel was still in high school. When he got it, and so he cut off communication, but Jerry kept the artwork, and actually you can find it online. Right after that, Russell went on to start drawing the Buck Rogers newspaper strip, and at that point, Superman did not come from Krypton. He did not come from another planet. He actually came from Earth 4,000 years in the future and was teleported through time. So anyway, 20 minutes of previously unseen footage added back into the film. Oh man, that's worth looking into. And Sarah's still listening, concentrating on some studying. Love you to the abyss and back. And sweetheart, I love them out of you. I always will. And I still do. And apparently, says the Skunkcracker, you can just download it. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with it yet, but it was just posted on the Scrub House Discord channel, so that's pretty cool. So I'll have to have something to check out after my 24-hour shift that I'm having to do today, because it's never going to end. Well, let's see if we can maybe help it go a little faster. Okay, buddy? We're here for you. Ted Davies Artistry. Brian, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Ted. Thank you in turn. Thank you for everyone. Have a great day. Haters suck. Just saying. I agree. But, the thing is, you notice we're not angry. You notice we're not, if he's trying to get under our skin, it's not working. Because like my thumbs down goof, keep doing it, man. All it does is help. And for the other one, I've now got reinforcements. So it's, If just the mere canceling of the comments, I hate using the word canceling, but the deletion of the comments, eventually he's going to see that he's not making any headway. I'm just a little bit wary of people that come on here that I don't know. Anyway, and because of this goof, but anyway, that won't last because I got the rest of you. And the conspiracy theory crowd says the Rising Tide Broadcast Network is best met with bigger, more ridiculous theories. Flat Earthers. Wait, you don't realize reality is a simulation? Oh my God, yes. And I get postcards from all the people who accidentally stumbled over the edge of the world. And why is it taking 3 days to go to the moon when everyone knows it's only about a couple hundred miles away? Duh. If you can just get through the shield that doubles as an atmosphere. And don't die, feed cookie. Thank you, Carl Witzman. I appreciate it. And Joe Dog McKeel, the unthinkable has happened. I must go adult. What? Oh my God. Do you need help? Do you need us to call 911? That is never a good thing. People get nervous and they can't have their way. Yeah, that's it. And you and I did some adulting last night. And again, thank you very much for your help, Joe Dog. I sincerely appreciate it. And hope everyone has a good day. Carl, you too, brother. Hope you have a good one too. And my secondary Mac just died, says Glenn B. Fleming. I am now unable to download 50 minutes of me drawing Hatch. I hope you can save that thing. I hope you can save the hard drive. Glenn, keep us posted, brother. And that was my next comment. Carl Witzman, don't die, feed cookie. We're working on it. We're only 5 minutes behind now. Oh, you got to double down with the conspiracy theorists. For example, if you run into a flat earther and they give you their pitch, just look at them and say, wait, you believe the earth is real? Ooh, that's good. That's a good tactic. I like that. That's it. Actually, and one thing I find amusing is like, a lot of these guys just do it for the views on Facebook, especially like the the frauditors and the sovereign citizens and all. And if you want, especially the First Amendment auditors, these are guys that believe that they have the right to film anywhere they want and to go anywhere they want. And again, as a unprofessional scholar of the First Amendment, the right to speak is not absolute. It is not an absolute right. You have many other rights that are far more absolute than this. And it's mostly for the protection of other people. Like I say, you have the right to speak, but you don't have the right to be heard. Like shouting, the classic example, shouting fire in a crowded theater when there's no fire. A couple of policemen were doing something really funny. They when one of these frauders would want to come up and harass them, why are you killing people? Why are you taking away everyone's civil rights? Why are you doing blah 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 blah? And what these cops were doing was pulling out their cell phones and turning on music, copyrighted music, and it drove these guys away like sunlight at a vampire convention. It was hilarious, because if that copyrighted music got on the frauditors' YouTube channel, they'd get a copyright strike and possible closure, and man, they would run. It's beautiful. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, we love you, Nick. Brian Rodman and I am just starting season 3, no Netflix, so I'm buying the season as they come out. Very cool. And great hoe as always. Thank you. We are glad to be a hoe for everyone here. Thank you, Bill. It really keeps the weeds at bay. Oh, okay, that was deliberate. Great hoe as always. It keeps the weeds at bay. Very cool. We don't do weeds here. Everyone have a great day. Bye, Codias amigos. Have a great one, Bill. Hope you have a great day. Sarnard76 on Facebook. Check out his artwork there. And Conspiracy featuring BKM, Carl Wisman, Joe Dog, and Willow Schuyler sounds like a great show. We have got to do this thing, darling. I am serious. And have a good day, y'all. Joe Dog, love you, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And Scott Crocker says, I guess I'll say it too. Don't die, feed cookie. And if you ever need me to cut a promo on your trolls, we may have to talk. I might have some stuff for you, Skunk, if you'd like to do it. I'll try to make it worth your while. And thanks, Skunk Rocker. We'll be looking for, it says from the desk of Small Press Publisher, less than 27 minutes till time to feed cookies. She sounds like she's trying not to be hangry. The struggle is real, my brother. The struggle is real. And Amy Hale says, have a fantastic day, everyone. I must go write all the words and maybe wash some clothes. Yeah, clothes washing is in my future, too. Anyway, Amy, love you and John. Oh, Saturday was so good for me. Anyway, hope you have a great day, you two. And looking forward to Creative as Hail tomorrow night with Santiago Cirillo, great actor, loud guy. You'll have him do a hey-o for everyone. Let it blow out your speakers. And Brian Robin says, well, it's about that time. Thank you again for your friendship and an amazing morning. Thank you, brother. I love you, man. Have a great day, my friends. The hashtag don't die feed cookie, hashtag bring cookie home, and hashtag laugh like the shadow. Who knows what lunch Cookie is going to have? Only Cookie knows. How's that? and great show. Brian, have a good day. Glenn, thank you for making it that way, brother. Have a fantastic rest of your day, too. And good luck with that computer. Please, sincerely, keep me posted on that. I worry now. And everyone have a great day from the Dunn family. Hey, Teresa, have a great day, too, hon. And everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick Bradley. I know you will stay creative, my friend. Have a fantastic day. And now it is that time, folks. And we are going to feed Cookie. So, anyway, thank you all for making this a great show. I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. And again, whether you're watching on the reruns or you're watching us live, we appreciate you all. We really do. And if you're watching us on YouTube and you want to leave a comment, please do. Leave a comment under the show here, and we will try to reply to you if need be. But anyway, take care and have a fantastic day. And as always, you say you're bored and you're looking for things to do, well, check out the Rising Tide Network here. We've got your entertainment information 7 days a week with more shows to come. We're talking with some other people about doing some more stuff for you. So anyway, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please like their Facebook page and check out and sample some of our shows. The next things coming up will be tomorrow morning. Ted will talk timepieces about field watches. What the heck is a field watch? Is that a watch that you just touched? No, you feel something else. Anyway, check out. Ted is a connoisseur of fine wristwear, so please check out his show at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on Ted Talks Timepieces. Then at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, one of the most fun we have during the week is Comic Book Spectrum, where myself, Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman discuss funny books, what's coming out in the last month, and we discuss the industry, the past, the present, the future, and we welcome your comic book related comments. It's a fun show, and we hope you'll join us. Then following that at 8 p.m. will be Creative as Hale with Amy and John Hale talking to actor and activist Santiago Cirillo. You will love it. You will love it. He's a great guy. I know him personally. And then after that is Stupid O'Clock with Joe Dog McKeel and the Skunk Rocker, and Dan and John and Heather and Nick probably, and who knows who else will show up. So please tune into that great conversation show. You will adore it. You really will. Check it out, and we will be back Thursday night at 7 for Comic Book Spectrum, and then again Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for Nevermind the Furthermore. But anyway, also check out our Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers, where for even just $1 a month, you help this show so very much. There are expenses associated with even this kind of broadcasting, and thanks to our Patreon people, we are meeting those expenses. We appreciate it greatly. So please, you get something for it. It's not just you hand me money and I go by cracking with it. No, we give you stuff for it. Looks at works in progress before anyone else sees them. A chance to comment on them and shape the course of the story, as well as an opportunity to maybe get your name on our all of our broadcasts, in all of our publications, and possibly get to name some of the characters in the upcoming book, The Terrors. Please check it out. So please go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for more information. And also, while you're at it, please go to Amazon right now. Number 4 in the Snow short series about investigator Abraham Snow. If you like crime drama, we've got you figured out here. My book is Snow Ambition, the 4th in the series. It's only 99 cents as a standalone crime adventure featuring the great Abraham Snow. Thank you, Bobby Nash. For more information, go to abrahamsnow.com or bobbynash.com, but better yet, just go to amazon.com and pick it up. It's only 99 cents. And let's see, we've got 4 more comments here. And Willow Schuyler says, go forth and create all the things. If anyone needs to chat, I'm available all day. Where else will I go? I'm on house arrest. Oh my God. Have you offended the Starbucks gods? Anyway, when I go to Starbucks, I think of you, sweetheart. Wish you were waiting on me. Anyway, have a great day, Willow. And hi, Cookie. And she says hi back. And don't forget my show tomorrow with Pops Van Zant, 6 p.m. Thursday night, 6 p.m. Teresa Dunn has her own interview show. Please check it out. Pops Van Zant. We knew who you're talking about. We read autocorrect. Anyway, please check out Teresa's show. She does an excellent job on that. And so now it is that time, folks. We hope you have a great Wednesday. It is the middle of the week, but it doesn't have to be a downer. So it's Hump Day. All right, we're getting over the hump as of later today. We hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. We hope you enjoy your new comics day. That's where we're going to go after lunch. And And as always, thank you all for being here. Thank you for your ongoing support. You have no idea how much we appreciate that. So as always, folks, this is me signing off. Brian K. Morris, wishing you a great Wednesday. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, and we'll see you Friday on another Nevermind the Furthermore. Enjoy your Wednesday, everyone.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the Golden Age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
Go thee to thy rest, O Shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.